Welcome back for session number 140, our first session of the Inner Wisdom On Demand series. This series is going to be a real challenge because, as with Joy on Demand, the experience is very subtle and can be very elusive. But I'm very excited to be presenting this series because it can help us discover that within us an unlimited source of wisdom is available that can help meet and solve a lot of the challenges we face in our personal and professional lives. I know we've been told that there are people who have a lot of wisdom. Maybe that wisdom comes from experience, or they're just very wise, or just an old soul. The fact is that each of us, have an unlimited amount of wisdom available to us. And we just need to learn how to access it and capture it. This wisdom is a characteristic of our higher selves, our heart mind. Just as we've experienced that we have a great amount of love, compassion, joy, and peace to draw upon, we also have an unlimited amount of wisdom to draw upon as well. Actually, inner wisdom is the fifth and final component that comprises our higher selves. And we've already had introductory series on love, compassion, joy, and peace. And now we're going to cover our inner wisdom. Here's today's quote. Stillness is where creativity and solutions to problems are found. Eckhart Tolle. And that is what we're going to provide in this series, is the space for stillness. So, let's begin our session. Keep your eyes slightly open while looking straight in front of you, noticing the colors and the shapes of objects in your view. Find one more object or element of view you didn't notice before. Then become aware of the area and space around you. Feel expansive. Out into your surroundings and feel open. Now just get comfortable and be ready to start your meditation. As usual, to get relaxed right away, first take your 3 deep breaths with the in-breath gently through the nose and the loud out-breath through your mouth. So let's start those 3 deep breaths right now. With your eyes closed, let your mind and body relax, and let your breath return to its natural rhythm as you continue to breathe through the nose. Now just feel the weight of the body pressing down on the chair, the pillow or floor below you. Feel the sensations of the soles of your feet resting on the floor. Feel the back of the hands resting on the thighs. Now bring your attention into your body, scanning briefly from the top of your head to your neck, through your upper body, down through your legs, and to your feet. So you're in touch with your physical senses throughout your body. In the same way now, begin to notice any sounds around you and allow the sounds to come to you without thinking about them, just experiencing them. And now allow the sounds to go right through you. And now bring your attention back to your body once again, noticing how the body feels. Quote, "My wisdom flows from the highest source," end quote. As you know, we were using this phrase for our peace exercise. Now guess where this highest source resides? Correct. Within our higher selves, our heart minds. There's a relevantly famous story about Mahatma Gandhi and the salt tax. During the period when Gandhi was leading the struggle for Indian independence from British rule, the British instituted this salt tax on every Indian, and the tax was so high that for many Indian citizens it represented 15% of their annual income. The unfair tax required each person to buy all of their salt from a British company at an exorbitant price. When this tax decree was first announced, the leaders of the Indian National Party came to visit Gandhi to ask him for a strategy on how to fight back. And Gandhi told them, "Let me meditate on this." He meditated for 7 weeks before coming up with the nonviolent strategy to march to the sea and harvest salt from the beaches in defiance of the British law. Gandhi started with only a dozen followers, and when he finally arrived at the sea, after marching 270 miles, he then had tens of thousands of followers that stretched for a mile behind the 60-year-old Mahatma, the name his followers called him, which means the Great Soul. It was this demonstration that shook the foundation of the British rule and eventually led to India's independence. Now, I'm not suggesting that it will take you weeks of meditation to come up with insights for problems you're trying to solve. But I wanted you to know that using meditation to help solve problems is nothing new. And yes, a lot of us say before answering a difficult question, "Let me meditate on that before I answer you," or more commonly, "Let me sleep on it." In ancient Greece, wisdom and insights were held in such high regard that they felt the muses or Greek demigods had all the great ideas. And it was believed that the muses who lived on Mount Olympus would reach into their little vats and take out an idea and throw it down and hit you with a great idea. In line with that, the word inspire comes from the phrase being filled with spirit, that the gods are giving you the insights. So instead of going up to Mount Olympus for support, let's go inside ourselves and see what happens. Now, this series is going to be in some ways a reversal of what we've been doing for the past 139 meditations. We've been learning to, when thoughts come up, to distance ourselves from our thoughts, to imagine they're just clouds that are floating by in a blue sky, and just let them float by without getting caught up into them. Of course, this was to quiet the cognitive mind. Now, in this series, we're going to do the complete opposite. We're going to interrupt our meditation to immediately notice the thoughts that come up and write them down or record them right away. These thoughts are coming from your higher self that is trying to send you insights, as the higher self is working on solving problems. Now, these thoughts will arise, and if you do not record them right away, you'll forget them. They're just like dreams you have. And if you don't record them right away when you wake up, you'll forget them. And no matter how hard you try, you usually will not be able to remember those dreams. And of course you will ask, so why did we not take notice of our thoughts in our past meditation? Because the key tool to access the higher self is to first quiet the cognitive mind. In our meditations, our higher minds are generating insights, and as soon as those insights are generated, our cognitive minds kick in and start analyzing them. During all of the previous series, we were learning how to quiet our cognitive mind in order to stay locked into our meditative state. Because as soon as the cognitive mind starts revving up, you're no longer meditating. You're back within your ego mind. So that's why we were learning to just ignore those insights so that we would not activate our cognitive mind. And as you know, it is only within the meditative state we can access the higher self. So in this Inner Wisdom series, we will be noticing these insights, record them, and then go right back to our meditation without exploring those insights, just recording them. And then after you finish your meditation, you can then read them over and decide what you want to do with them. So here are my suggestions. There are a few things you can do to best record your insights as they arise. Number 1, you can keep a notepad right beside you and write down what you thought. Number 2, you can use your phone and keep your note app open and record your insights there. Or 3, what I strongly recommend is to use your voice memo on your note app, and then after you're done with the meditation, go back and make sure it records accurately what your voice recorded. The value of the voice memo is that you minimize the disruption to your meditation so that you can return right back to your meditative state more easily. So put the audio on pause right now and get a notepad or have your note app ready to open, and then come back. So do that right now. Now that you have your recording tool ready to go, we will start the meditation. And whenever you receive an insight, put the meditation on hold and then write down or record your voice memo what the insight was. Remember, do not make notes on that insight. Just record it as you heard it, and then go back to the meditation. I will guide your meditation along the way. As far as how long this meditation will be will depend on how often an insight comes to you and how long it takes you to record it. If you have to leave before the actual end of this session recording, feel free to do so. So let's begin. To get ready for our inner wisdom experience, concentrate on your heart while you take 3 deep breaths. Allow your heart to expand while absorbing the infinite love that is all around you. Allow all that love to be drawn into your heart. And now return your heart back to its normal size into your chest. Now allow this concentration of love in your heart to be sent to every cell in your body so that you're fully filled with love. Now shift from doing to being. Sitting without agenda. Just sit and experience the present moment. Now, as you stay in the present moment, do not be looking for a thought. Just be. If there are no thoughts that arise, that's fine. Do not have any expectation. And remember, if an insight arises, put this audio on pause and write it down or do a voice memo for later review. Now just feel the quiet and the serenity. Rest within a deep sense of stillness while you keep breathing naturally. Dive into a deeper spaciousness and feel the peace within. So let's begin. Just feel the quiet and the serenity. Rest within a deep sense of stillness while you keep breathing naturally. Dive into a deeper spaciousness and feel that peace within. If you find yourself lost in thought, make sure you only remember the insight. Put the audio on pause so you can record it and then return right away to the meditation. Now return to feeling the quiet. For the next couple of minutes, bring gentle awareness to the breath and be in touch, sensing your breath through your nose. If your attention wanders away, gently bring it back to your breath. Okay, just gently bring your attention back to the body, just becoming a bit more aware of the physical sensations of the body again, feeling the contact with the chair or floor, the soles of the feet on the floor, the hands and the arms and the legs. Start noticing any sounds around you, any smells and tastes, and bring yourself back into the immediate environment around you. Now, before you lean back to have a stretch, open your heart to experiencing moments of insight as you go about your day, and just periodically become mindful and take a few deep breaths and give yourself the freedom to be wise and be in the knowing from deep within. Okay, and in your own time, you can just gently open your eyes, have a stretch, and lean back. Take one more moment to savor your feelings. All right. See you tomorrow for session 141. Have a great day.